Is this you? You started the year strong. You set goals to be a better version of yourself. And the first few weeks went really well. But then, all of a sudden, it hit you again. Ever since that moment, you've been stuck, wanting to change, but not knowing how to make it happen. This year, though, will be different. Today, I'm going to introduce to you the 3-step backtrack method, which will help you set big goals and finally actually achieve them. But first, let's start with the problem. What's a big goal that you set for yourself when you were younger that you still haven't achieved?
I think starting a family, and it's always been my goal, and kind of everything I do in my life is kind of about getting to that point where I can have a happy family, and all of the things that I'm aiming to achieve have to do with that big goal.
Nutrition and working out. I hate cooking, so that's really hard. So that's a big goal of mine this year. Not working for anyone else.
I would say to meet a partner in life. Yeah, someone to build with.
How come you haven't gotten to that point yet?
I knew what I wanted. I had no idea how to get there.
There's a sense of comfort that you get from not stepping out into fear. So I think when I was younger, I thought by 28 I'd be married and have kids, but it's hard to give up the comfort, especially when you don't know what life will bring.
I think it's just going to be a matter of me saying, this is a priority of mine and I am going to do it.
I've spoken to hundreds of different people this year, asking them why their goals weren't achieved. What I've learned is there are really 3 main reasons. We don't believe that we are worthy of certain goals, we don't have the systems in place to make long-lasting change, and we have nobody and nothing around us to help us stay accountable. The backtrack method has 3 steps to it. If you do not follow all 3 of these steps, you will 100%, I guarantee it, fail with your goals this year. So make sure you listen closely and you stay till the end for a special surprise. Why do you think most people who set goals for themselves do not achieve them?
Because they think that the goal is the end goal. They think when I lose 20 pounds, when I get a great man, when I make more money, when I look cuter, then I'll be happy. What they don't understand is it's not the goal, it's the journey. It's who are you becoming on the way to achieving your goals.
I think the most important thing with goal setting is breaking things down into achievable milestones. You can't set a goal that I want to be a millionaire, or you can't set a goal that I want to lose 100 pounds without understanding how to get there. I think something I've really learned a lot lately is that things take a lot of time, and a lot more time than you think.
I think it's being scared of failure. If you're not able to get out of your comfort zone and do risky things, then you're not able to experience life fully.
I used to always tell myself, I'm not capable of this. I can't do it. Stay small. Don't expose yourself. Don't be vulnerable. Don't take risks. To break out of that comfort zone is to say, this is possible.
Most of the time when we set a goal, we do it for a multitude of different reasons, but we never take the time to figure out why we want to achieve this specific goal. When you don't have a why associated to your goal, 100%, if things get hard, and they will, you will fail. You will back out and you will quit. So how do we avoid this? Well, we need to build goals that have a purpose. And in order to find that purpose, you need to start reflecting and learning about who you are. This is step number 1 of the backtrack method. Who am I? Now, in order to figure out exactly who you are, you need to take extended time to sit down alone with yourself and answer some key questions. The first thing you should do if you're setting a new goal is you should be reflecting on your past year. What's changed in your career, your relationships, your friendships, your health, and anything else that relates. After that, I would ask yourself some of the toughest questions that usually we try to avoid and we don't think about too much. What can I eliminate from my life? What are my biggest fears? And do they hold me back from being the best version of myself? And then the opposite, what are my biggest dreams? And why are they still my dreams? After that, I would compare use. Current me is exactly who I am in relation to my career, my relationships, my health, my friendships, and my own opinion of myself. Future me is in relation to the exact same thing. So we're still talking about the same pillars, but we're talking about what they would be in an ideal world. The last thing I would do after filling this out, which I would say is the most important part, is I would then reflect. This is the biggest hack. This is literally going to change your life. You take the current me versus future me responses that you've built, and then you ask yourself 3 key questions about it. What are some key differences in between what I wrote down for current me and future me? Number 2, what are some things and reasons that hold me back from achieving real change? And number 3, what are 3 tiny steps, 3 small things that I could do today to ensure that I will be successful in the future? After about half an hour, because I really think this would only take you half an hour to do, you will feel so much clarity, The only problem is most of us won't do this. The people who will do this are going to change their lives this year. What is a big goal that you set for yourself when you were younger that you still haven't achieved yet?
Riding a bike. There's a whole story. It was traumatizing, being excluded from getting a bike and falling off a bike in front of everyone and them making fun of me.
Why would you say that that goal hasn't been achieved yet?
For the longest time, it was fear. And then I think it was not being aware of how much that story actually affected me, in a way minimizing how important that is.
People want like quick fixes and they want the magic pill that's gonna solve all my problems. And I go to the gym once and then I like look in the mirror to see if I have abs, but it's not like that.
Most goals are too big and too broad. A good goal should be ambitious, but it should also be very specific. Now, step 2 of the backtrack method is called reverse stacking. The way to turn a dream into your reality is to take the dream and break it down into such a small little bit that it becomes one daily task. We start by taking our big dream. We then ask ourselves a key question. What is one thing that I could do this year to make that a reality? So we basically break this dream down into a 1-year task. Then the next step, based on my 1-year goal, so we're no longer considering this dream goal anymore, based on my 1-year goal, what is one thing I can do this quarter to achieve that? Now, based on my 1-quarter goal now, what is one thing I can do in 1 month to achieve it? I hope you see where I'm going here. Now, it's important to know, and this is a famous quote, that a dream is just a goal with a plan. So you've taken your dream, you've turned it into a series of goals, and now you need to make a plan to make it happen. Do you write your goals down, you personally?
Yes.
Yes.
What does that look like?
If I want something to get done, it has to be in my schedule. It has to be like a specific time, and always I have to prepare it in advance.
Step number 3 of the backtrack method is called outlining. Number 1, it completely removes the idea of motivation being the key to your success. We replace motivation with a system, and as long as you stay disciplined to that system, you win. Number 2 is measurability. If you have a huge goal that seems insanely ambitious and virtually impossible to achieve, it's not going to happen overnight. I know there's a lot of 30-day workout routines and 7-minute ab routines and things that promise you extreme results in short amounts of time. But if you want to achieve something that's really hard, there's a reason why it's really hard, and that's because it takes time. Now I'm going to introduce you the system that I use to track my goals that legitimately always make sure that they actually get achieved. Based on the goals that I set using the method that I showed you earlier, what I would do is I would track those goals by stating them out for the year, sort them out by the quarter, then by the month, and then by the week. Every Sunday night, you're gonna set your weekly goals. You will then set your new monthly goals, and you will reflect by asking yourself some key questions to figure out what went wrong in that month, but also what went right, and what you could do in the next month to be better. What's most important here is to reflect. A lot of us set goals, but we don't actually measure the progress that we make. This is by far the easiest way to forget about how much you've done and how much you've succeeded, and instead feel bad that you haven't achieved your dream. But the truth is, your dreams take time. But in order to stay motivated, you need to remember how far you've come. So that's why whenever you set goals, you must reflect also and ask yourself, how far have I come? And how good have I done? And how much better is there to still do? If you had to give advice to someone who wants to achieve a big goal but constantly fails, what advice would you give?
Gratitude. I every night write 10 things I'm grateful for, and even when I really don't want to do it and I feel like I write the same things as yesterday, it doesn't matter. It just, again, that mindset of getting into a space where you're just feeling grateful and there's abundance rather than always striving for more and it's not enough.
To pace yourself. Sometimes we set like really, really big goals for a year, and we set like 10 goals. Pick 3. The goals that are gonna change the most in your life. Everything in your life is right now, you know? You wanna do everything right now and like, I have to fix everything. But no, sometimes we take so much on our shoulders and we're overwhelmed that we just burn out and quit by like month 1.
To write your thoughts. I think writing your thoughts and being able to put them on paper and reread them is effective.
So how will this year be different? Well, all of the information that I just explained to you has been packaged into a single, fully guided journal. This is our 365-day workbook. It's designed to help you build the mindset, tools, and systems to set big goals and actually achieve them. The contents of this workbook include every single activity, exercise, and system that I used to completely transform my life in a few years. I made this book in 2021 but I only started selling it in 2023 because I revised it over 100 times and personally tested it myself for 2 years to make sure that it works for you. And when you get this workbook, you get access to our accountability tracker and hours of bonus exclusive conversations and training videos. Thank you so much for watching. Let's guarantee that this year will be the best year yet. It's a mindset.